Now, Paul.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Yes, good. And John.
The Diaries of Andy Warhol.
Righty-ho. So, what we'd like is a suggestion, please, of the title for the story for them to tell. But we're not going to get one, obviously.
In Leamington Spa.
Go herding in Leamington Spa.
Goat herding.
Oh, goat herding in Leamington Spa. It's because I have some fascination for the audiences here. I don't know why. Goat herding in Leamington Spa. Leamington Spa is a town in the sort of west of England. Ron?
I'm not going to use it. It doesn't matter.
No, okay. You're on your own as far as goats are concerned. You have to wear that out for yourself.
Leamington Square, is that it?
So I'll buzz when we go on to the next author. Away you go now.
Superman was trapped on the planet Pluto with a goat. What good are you, said Superman. You're only a goat. How can you help me get out of this? I've been weakened by kryptonite. I need something stronger than a goat. Sorry, said the goat. Oh.
So you think you're a goat? It was quite obvious to me that this man thought he was a penis.
As Superman and the goat conversed on the surface of Pluto, they could hear a distant knocking from the graveyard. It was time to bring Granny up again. The premature burial that had haunted the family over the generations had come back to haunt them. Whenever they buried a member of the family, they put a packet of Ritz crackers in there and a telephone just to keep them going, but...
I was going to get out of bed, but I couldn't make up my mind whether to or not. Then I realized that Bianca Jagger, Jules Olitsky, and Bobby Rauschenberg were coming round. Hi, Andy. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Bianca. Hi, Jules. I said. I made them a cup of coffee.
Thank you very much. Very good. Well, I think I'll give 19 points to everybody there, apart from Jimmy Melville, for lapsing into bad taste so early on. Normally like to wait for the interval before we get to that. But let's move on to the next game, which is called Film and Theatre Styles. They act in pairs in this. First of all, Ron and Paul, can you step forward? I'm going to get you to act out an improvisational scene in just a second, but can we have some different theatre or film styles for them to slot into when we get going? One-woman show. You're trying to help, aren't you? Any easier one? Slapstick, yes. Keystone. What? Oh, I don't think this week, but...
Sam Peckinpah.
What was that one again?
Sam Peckinpah.
Sam Peckinpah. That's good. I think we're quite enough there. Right, so I'll have to give you a situation, and that is one of you is asking the other for the daughter's hand in marriage. Asking the father for his daughter's hand in marriage. Where you go.
You're probably wondering why I've asked to see you, Mr. Hargreaves.
You want to marry my daughter?
Did the bridegroom suit give it away then? I'll tell the priest and the
I think
organist.
you're an idiot.
Why am I an idiot?
Well, you work in a sewer, for one. I don't want you marrying my
Sam
daughter.
Peckinpah.
It may be a sewer to you. That's a gun, isn't it? Missed!
Slapstick and/or Keystone Cops.
Oh, you git! Oh! You can't marry my daughter!
Why is that?
Because this bottle I'm gonna break over your head! How about this seltzer, huh?
What seltzer?
Oh, here's
Put the armchair down!
What? The armchair?
Yes! Here comes the helicopter! On your head! Watch out for the plane!
Let's cool it down with a one-woman show.
That's very good. Well done. I enjoyed that immensely.
You see, you can't marry my daughter because I'm going to marry her after I have the sex change.
And could we end on a sort of coming soon style trailer?
You know what you're in for when you marry my daughter? Let me tell you right now. Big stars, big time, big action. Shows, thrills. Yes, and then you'll get into bed with her. Romance. Of a sort.
The sort I like.
And thank you very much. Thank you. Finish. Well, I think that's about the most energetic one we've ever had. So 7 points each. So now we go on to John and Jimmy. Another bit of improvisation from you two. I'll give you a scene in a minute. And some more styles, please.
Nativity play.
Musical. Nativity play.
Marx Brothers.
Pantomime, yes.
Come dancing.
I suppose that's a style rather than an instruction. Now, anything else?
Charlie Chaplin.
Sorry?
Charlie Chaplin.
Medieval mystery play, that's good. That's good.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's a good selection there. But let's see if it is. You two are two people planning a bank robbery or a bank raid. So you can do that, and away you go.
Okay, so,
You've forgotten something, mate.
what, I've forgotten to bring my train.
No. We only talk about bank robberies on a Thursday, and what's the day today? No, I'm only joking. Yeah, so, what we want to do...
Yeah.
What we want to do...
Well, I thought I'd be the wheels.
Nah, look.
I'm a bit surrealist, I thought I'd be wheels.
Music hall.
Right, all right then. Okay then. Where's the bank? Where's the bank? Where's the bank? Where's the bank? I'll take the bank. Where's the bank? 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 We're going in the bank. We're going in the bank. We're going in the bank. Fill up on the bank. Yeah. Make the money. Well, I'll just break up now for that. We're going to the bank. Yeah, the bank. I said, there's money. Where's the money? There's money on the table. Don't we know that? Sid Field told me that one is really funny. No, but even better on the back. Next minute.
Medieval mystery play.
What faith I cannot make no hope, or move until this cord doth break.
Hey up, where's bank?
I don't know where bank. No bank can I find and swake. I will the mill maker go to meet, and there I will talk to him.
Oh.
Well, I'm sorry to do this to you, but come dancing.
Jimmy, you are very good at the bossa nova. We saw you last week, and it was a really interesting dance. Can you go into the bank with that very attractive girl with a very large organza gown and steal £5 million worth of money?
Well, I'll try my best, John, but,
He's a very funny man. Anyway, off you go. He's a great man, too, and I'm a bland bastard, but that doesn't matter. On you go.
And how about ending on nativity?
The baby Jesus went along. The baby Jesus took.
I'll bring gold fingers.
No, you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, I think because it's decimal scoring this week, I'll give 6.3 to both of you on that one. Now we get a round of interviews, pairing up, first of all, Ron and John. So if you'd like to come forward, Ron and John, and collect your stools, which you're going to be sitting on. What we want is Ron is going to be interviewing John, but John is going to be playing a character. A mythological or historical character, a famous person from the Bible or history. Can somebody suggest somebody like that?
Hercules.
I've got Neptune and Hercules. Can we give a choice on that, John? Neptune sounds good, doesn't it? Neptune. So could you be... does it sound good? Could you be interviewing him for a literary magazine, Ron?
All right.
Okay, and away you go.
Neptune, god of the sea, I'm so happy to have you here. I'm going to throw... You've worked with some great people in your time. I'm just going to throw a few names at you, and you just riff on them for me, all right? All right. Apollo.
Well, the great thing about Apollo is he's a really funny guy. I remember I was down at the bottom of the sea once, and I was with a couple of seahorses, really funny seahorses. They got drinking vodka for a bit, and they got really lashed. Then they made love to about 15 mermaids. It's really funny. Anyway, but what's exciting about being under the sea is that you get pressure. You work hard, but you can...
I've got to ask you about the sea.
Yeah.
I've got to ask you about the sea and the pressure. Would not your job be easier with a submarine?
Yeah, but that's... that's basically for people who don't really go for it. You know, what I like about going underwater, holding my breath for months on end.
How did you feel?
Great, masculine thing to do.
How did you feel when Caligula, the Roman Emperor Caligula, attacked the sea and took the treasure back? How did you feel? Did you feel violated?
No, I just felt like a bit of an arsehole sitting there with a pointy hat on, but apart from that... nothing really sort of got to me, because I was down there with a lovely girl, Annabelle. She's marvelous.
Oh, Annabelle.
She makes
Annabelle.
wonderful lasagna.
Okay, last question now, please.
Now, I must say to you, you're featured in so many stories.
Cosmopolitan.
Yes, so many stories.
Yeah. I do.
Why?
I'm a god, so I can read your mind.
Why? Yes. And so, of course.
Okay, end on that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Leave us. Leave us. Thank you. Well, that's I think 15 points to Ron, and it'll be 14 to John as a point deducted there for taking the stools away, which we need for the next part of this round, which is... yes, Paul and Jimmy are going to do one now.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
So Paul and Jimmy would like to come forward. Anarchy is breaking out, and it's an exciting part of the show. So another character for Jimmy to pretend to be on this interview.
Mary.
The Virgin Mary or Claudius? I think Claudius is a good one. You're a classicist, aren't you?
Mary would have been quite good.
Well, let's not argue about it. Let's have Claudius. And Paul will be interviewing Claudius in the style of a DIY magazine. So, away you go.
Now, Claudius, you have been emperor for a number of years now. How would you put together the mahogany bookshelf from the various components that we've shown our viewers earlier? You'd use a drill then, would you?
I don't know.
Well, would you... Well, I mean, there's a lot of people. I mean, Julius Caesar, I think, preferred mahogany.
Don't mention Julius Caesar.
OK. Well, other sort of Roman emperors, they've looked at bookshelves and they prefer to make them out of mahogany. Now, you've gone for teak in this one. Could you tell us...
I love teak.
It's easy to wipe the spit off it, isn't it?
Thank you very much. Well, I can't do better than give you 34 points each for that one. In fact, I'll make it 22. Right, now we come to a round called World's Worst. That involves everybody in this, so if all four of you come forward on the World's Worst step. And there's a quick-fire round when you think of as many different examples of the world's worst chat-up line. So away you go as you think of them.
Well, 6 poppadoms, 15 curries, 15 beers, 10 o'clock.
You don't sweat much for a fat girl.
Oh, the eyebrows are drawn on, is that it?
Can I lie on top of you for 20 minutes?
I need sex. Here's 400 pounds.
Actually, it was a quite interesting operation. What they do is they drill here, and all the mucus comes out.
Hello, my name's Cliff Richard. What I'd like to
I just got out of prison. What about it?
Have you got herpes? Do you want it?
It stopped raining. Do you fancy nipping out to the car park for 20 minutes?
You're weird.
I don't know if you know the songs of Gordon Lightfoot. I found...
Shut up and let me talk, okay?
I don't think looks are everything, do you?
I'm an ugly bastard, but I change my underpants every day.
I think we'll leave it there, and I'll work out the points of that while we have a break away for some advertisements. See you after that. Bye. Right, I'll score 2.5 for everybody in that last game. Well, that one out, if you like. Now, the next game is called Props, and divide into pairs for this. Now, Paul and John, can I give you this item? You've got to come up with as many different ways of using that as a prop. And Jimmy and Ron, one for you down here. That's your one. So we're buzzed between the two groups. As many ways you can think of as possible, starting with John and Paul now.
John Merriott charge. Commanding officer, Rourke Swift.
Well, Watson, I believe Moriarty is a
Doctor, I want you to have a look at my tongue.
I come from a different planet. You've taken a suppository before, I suppose.
Well, I took it down a skateboard, right? I took it down his feet and everything. I was trying to skate along. He was not moving nothing, right?
Speak up, you want to do what?
I want to take all of your money from you!
But you don't know what I am, do you? I'm a lozenge holder.
Can't see anything out of the periscope, Captain. We may have hit something up topside.
You do a lot better with a tie pin.
Yes, I'm an elk, and that man fell over me a second ago, knocking off one of my antlers here.
Paul and I, we've been selling ice cream for 2 years, man. I'm telling you, you make a bloody fortune. It's much better than going to university.
Doctor, about this nose job you gave me.
Doctor, you still haven't said anything about my tongue.
And the convenient carrying handle will be able to take Jimmy anywhere they want to take him.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's end there. Thank you. Nice round of props. Thank you very much. 27 points for everyone on that one. A very great round of props, if I may say so. And now we move on to another game featuring Paul and Ron called Film Dubbing. If you'd like to come forward and see the monitor. The idea of this is there's a film from which the soundtrack has been removed. And Paul and Ron are going to provide a new soundtrack. And they've started now, so away you go.
What the? Hey, what are you, deaf?
Yes, I am deaf.
Man.
I am
Yeah.
deaf, and I have come to see you because your time...
Oh, that's great. I'm ready to die.
I don't think you understand. This is it, the final moment of your
sure.
life on Earth.
Oh.
In this bag,
You
I
mean
have...
in the bag? Yeah.
In this bag, I have something
Yeah.
that's gonna give you the fright of your life.
Oh, it's a fruitcake. Is that what it is? Boy.
This is no ordinary fruitcake. This is the fruitcake of doom.
Oh,
Take a piece.
boy, it looks like the alien jumping out of my stomach here. Let's take... It's darn good stuff here. I like that. Oh man, I'm gonna blow chunks here in a second. Man, this is tasty though. Okay, there it is. Wow.
Wait a minute, that's my car keys. How did they get in there?
I don't know.
Look at this. Look, a note from my wife. Come home early. Dinner's ready. I gotta go out.
You see that? Yeah. Well, that's fairly good, so 1,030 each. Right, we now go to a round called Party Quirks, which features Paul Merton as the host of a party. The others have an envelope in front of them, each of them, with a quirk, a physical characteristic or a way of behaviour. If you'd all like to look in your envelope, see what it is. And the idea of the game, if you've seen this before, is that Paul has to try and guess what these quirks are in the course of the improvisation. So, you've all seen them. Hopefully not Paul. Come forward, please, Paul, and start your party. Should be good at this by now. They're lining up ready. Party going, is it, Paul?
Yep. Hello?
Hi.
Hi, George. How are you?
I'm fine. I'll have soda water, please.
You'll have ties who would like it.
I have to set up my chemistry set while I'm here. Will that be all right for the party?
That's all right. What sort of a chemistry set are you going to set up? You're not going to do any experiments?
Yes, I am. I have to. I'll just use... all I need is soda water and plutonium-235. That's all.
The plutonium-25's next to the twiglets on the table. All right, got it in.
Very good.
Hello?
I don't normally use the door. You're very privileged.
Oh, I will come through the window. Oh, you've come in.
Yep.
Why don't you normally use the door?
What? There are no Iranians around here, are there?
No.
Pity.
there's a bloke next door we're not too sure of, but that's about it.
I'll check him out later.
Right. You.
Who are you?
Hey, I'm telling my mom. Hey, oh, you're weird, mister.
He's clean.
It's a nice stand gun that you have there.
You're a commander, aren't you? You're
A commando.
an
yes,
SAS commander.
Yes, I'll give you that. Well done.
You were scaring me.
Yes. I'm gonna just let me get it. You're a bit of a precocious brat.
Where's the
Precocious
electro
brat, I think, does that, yes.
Precocious brat?
9-year-old genius, we called him. But,
You're a genius. George.
I think you've got some explaining to do, young man.
It's Danny LaRue.
Danny is very close.
I spoke to you and Peter earlier on.
Yeah.
I made it quite clear that when I want you to use green dishcloths, I will tell you. When I want you to use the red ones with the green dogs on, I will also tell you. When I finish smoking 80,000 million cigarettes.
Okay, then. That's fair enough.
I'll tell you what, mate, what I'd like to know is, you know this sort of dumb, indented look just above my nose?
Yes.
Was it because somebody hit me in the forehead with a didgeridoo?
I don't know.
10 seconds to get this,
You see my...
Yeah.
You see my hair?
Yeah.
The way it's kind of blonde and sort of annoyingly Glenn Hoddle.
Yes. Sort of almost like somebody in an Australian soap opera.
Oh, that's it. Well done. Phew. It was just getting worrying there, Paul, but you've got there. Anyway, that ends the show, and I just have to total up the scores, and I see that, yes, Ron West is this week's winner, so well done to Ron. The prize for the winner is to read out the credits, the closing credits, in a style of my choosing. So, Ron, will you do it in the style of somebody on death row, a criminal on his way to electric chair? Just wait there for a second. I thank Ron West, Jimmy Marvel, Paul Merton, John Sessions, me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. We're arguing over the bathroom, arguing over the state of the bathroom. Okay.
What's this ring? What's this ring around the bath?
This hair was on my toothbrush. It's one of yours.
Yes, but a little more curly. But...
Let's go into Flintstones.
Because I want to bathe Pebbles now, and the bathroom's just too dirty,
Oh,
Frank.
keep your bone in your hair. I'll get the ring on. I've been fighting Tyrannosauruses all day, even though they died millions of years before this show takes place.
Well, I want it clean right now.
Oh, I guess you think you married Mr. Clean Dinosaur Tony Rock, reference to the Middle Ages head.
Robin of Sherwood.
Oh, Big John, Little John, Little John, where is Friar Tuck? He must have been the one that left all this mess. Why, look at the toothpaste. It has been squeezed and eaten.
You've never called me Little John before.
Home movie.
Oh, this is us in the bar. Uncle, the us in the bathroom.
It's all dirty.
Us in the bathroom.
It's all
He's
dirty.
over there.
It's dirty. Don't.
You naughty. Naughty boy. Naughty.
I'll clean it. I'll clean it.
Okay. And perhaps end on burlesque.
These your panties?
Yes, they are. I was just about to put them on and walk around the tiles all sexy.
Thank you very much. Burlesque is just like Burr Lives, only funnier. Anyway, right, I say 9 points each for you there on that one. And we move along to John and Tony, if you step forward. So we need a few more suggestions, please, of farce. Okay.
1960s Michael Caine film.
1960s Michael Caine. Shakespeare, right? Shakespeare.
James Bond.
Children's television James Bond. I think that'll be a combined one, I think.
Bearded Collie.
Bearded Collie. Do you mean One Man and His Dog? Or just came out as gibberish, that's all. I don't know, Bearded Collie. Why shouldn't there be a film style called Bearded Collie? OK, so I'll give you a situation. You're at a pawnbroker's. One of you is the pawnbroker, the other obviously is the pawnbroker. And away you go, and I'll give you some styles in a moment.
What have you got for me, sir?
Well,
That's not an invitation for sex.
You're not Jewish. Crazy. Anyway,
How could you tell?
Well, I'm from Fulham, and I'm just very patronizing and vulgar that way. Listen, tell you what, I've just come in here for a look, because I'm actually so rich, I don't want to give anything away at all, because I have lots of money. Then bugger off.
Shakespeare.
Faith, my liege. You'd want to pawn no higher than a Costam's French tailor's balls. I warrant, my liege, no doubt.
Not I, uncle. For faith, when the biscuit wife hath quoted all, quoth she, and then the coit is forgot.
Oh, my liege, hey, nonny, what a dull git of a clown.
1960s Michael Caine.
You're out again, Jack. Show the depth of the shot, Jack. Move up to the camera. You'll be back in.
I think you know why I'm here.
You've got a poplin shirt on, drip dry. It's going to be out of date in 20 years' time.
Oh, shut up! You know I went over to the other side. It was to sell... You know.
You know what you're selling. You're in a dirty cafe somewhere in Wandsworth.
Why is it so different now?
Bearded Collie.
Hello, I'm Bearded Collie. I'm Bearded Collie. My real name's Colin, but I've got a beard and I think Cole's a bit boring. And this is me Collie. Collie with his collie.
James Bond. James Bond.
Not so fast, Mr. So-called pawnbroker.
Oh, I can't do that.
You can do it if you like, but it won't help you escape.
No, that's right, Mr. Bond. Thank you for reminding me. We are in a pawnbroker's, aren't we? You've noticed that I have no tie on. I've got one of those sort of Chinesey, done-up tight jackets that Charles Grey wears.
Let the girl...
I'm not Blofeld. I'm not Blofeld. I'm just somebody with a lot of black hair coming back, and because I'm Chinese, I can be killed off very early.
You think you're the villain? Well, you're not.
Hang on a minute. I didn't know that Johnny Morris was in this film.
Thank you very much. Let's end on that. We'll end on that high note of intelligent comedy. 3 points each. Now we come to a round called Song Styles. This features Josie, with the assistance of Richard Vranch of the Comedy Store Players. In fact, he's the Comedy Store piano player. And so has anyone got an object that they can suggest? An everyday, ordinary object?
Fish slice.
A fish slice. OK, a fish slice. But you've got to also suggest, please, a style for Josie to sing about a fish slice in.
Love song.
A love song. A bit more specific than that.
Hip hop.
Sorry?
I don't even know.
A ballady love song, will you settle for that?
Acid
Oh,
house.
all right. A love song, but in a ballad form, that'll be fine. About a fish slice, Josie.
All on my own. Life's not been good, but with you I feel so nice. A blade of metal and a handle of wood. You are my very own fish slice. I love you, down to my very bones. When you bone out the fish, it's my only wish that you're gonna stay a slicer and be nicer to me.
Hello, Josie. I could do that if only I had the time. Now we go on to the next round, which is called the World's Worst, involving all 4 people. So if you like to step forward on the World's Worst step, and they've got to pretend to be the world's worst person Wordsworth people to be arriving at a party. Any old order. I'll buzz when I've got the idea of what you've done. So where you go.
Hello, this is a fancy dress party. I've come as Charles Manson.
God, you must have given me the wrong address. It took me 3.5 hours to find the place.
Sorry I'm late. I've just been to my solicitors. Do you know my mortgage rate? I've just written... Hi, Jack.
Rocky Mountain High, and you
Here's a good one, here's a good one. Do you want to see my impersonation of an elephant? Here goes. That's the first one.
Shut up, everybody! How can you be enjoying yourself when there's a hole in the ozone?
Hey, I think I ran over your German Shepherd outside.
Red and white check tablecloths. Peanuts. Common, I think.
And that is a funny party trick. Who's got a lighter? Here.
Hey, everybody, now the party can start. Mr. Swingin' Good Times is here.
Oh, what you mean? It's a dinner party, not a party. Never mind, I brought the rest of the 1830 club with me.
What do you mean it's not a 21st party for lovers of iron rock?
That didn't work, did it?
We like that sort of person.
Everybody, my cassette of Shakespearean sonnets has just come out. Where's the tape recorder?
I just gathered you all here to say that because of me, you've all got gonorrhea!
Okay, thank you very much. That's ended there. That's a fine selection. Fine selection of Wordsworth. While I work out the points for that round, we have a break, so make yourself a cup of tea or sit around being sold things. See you after the break. Bye. With the exciting news that no points at all have been awarded for that last game, we now move on to a game called Rap. This features all 4 contestants who'd like to come forward ready for this rap. We're going to start with John, work along the line, and they're going to just break into a rap with the help of a drum beat, but make up the rap about some general topic. Could somebody suggest a nice general topic for them to improvise?
Cricket.
So it's the England cricket team.
The England cricket team. No, we want a longer rap than that. I heard dental hygiene. That seems to be fairly... dental hygiene, so that gives you quite a lot. When the drum beat starts, start with you, John.
Gotta floss those teeth, gotta floss those teeth. Go round inside, go down underneath. Go round in the top, go back to the bottom, and then you're just peculiar.
Paul Daniels Magic Show, Terry and June, Sky Television. Oh no, I thought it was crap. It's rap. Sorry. I love dentists. I love them every day. I love them in lots of special ways. I love my hygienist. He is great. I want him to have my baby. I want him to be my mate. Hey!
Come on, dentist, get off of my back. I want you to scrape away my plaque. Come on now and hear me sing. I want you to make my mouth the bright thing. Do the bright thing.
Yo, I'm your dentist, I'm Dr. Gain. I'm here to cause you a massive amount of pain. Sit down in the chair, I'll pull on your hair and drill right down to your underwear.
Thank you. A very good... That's it. A very good rap there. Yeah. That's definitely the best rap we've done this series, so let's give it 49 points each. Very good. I think with the bonus points to Josie and Greg there for remembering the form. Extra 9 points. So now we come to a game called Party Quirks. This features the not inconsiderable talents of Tony Slattery pretending to be the host of a party. All the others will be the guests at a party, being allocated a particular type of quirk or tray. These have been suggested by members of the studio audience. So, Tony, if you'd like to come down and start improvising a party, the others go over there ready to come in as I ring the doorbell. Idea is for Tony to guess what these quirks or trays are. So where you go, Tony, start improvising.
I am so nervous about this party, I'm going to slip my wrist. Only joking, that's the extent of my nerves. That'll be the first guest. Hello, Greg.
Hello,
Hi.
Tony.
Hi.
Wonderful to see you.
Thank you.
I brought some 3-in-1 oil. I hope you enjoy it.
Well, let's go upstairs to the bedroom then. Oh, that nervous tick's not getting any better, is it?
No, it certainly isn't.
No. God, you're Mr. Personality. Go and have some food or something, or some drinks.
Oh, your CD player's broken. Here, I'll fix it.
What did you do?
Just a little trick I learned in school. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, what a charming smile. Hello, Josie, how are you?
Hello, Tony. Hey, say, you don't need these alcoholic drinks to get high. All you have to do is think nice thoughts and you can be up there.
Up where?
Up anything you like. I didn't mean it like that.
Oh, well, I'll come back to you on that one and maybe we'll go
Is
up...
Wendy going to be here?
In a moment. Hello, John, come in.
Hello. Oh, I see that you've still got one of those things for keeping the radio times in with the little white ping pong things on the end.
Yes, I bought
Right.
it, specially for Lou. Do you for Lou? No, for the Lou. For the Lou, I bought it.
Hey, I've got some spots at the moment. It's the way people always get spots when they wear paisley shirts.
Oh,
and-
well,
Yeah.
he seems to be able to do it. Could the android help you? Could the robot help you?
Yes, very good.
I don't know. But,
Spot Josie while you're about it.
Hello? Hello, do you know I've never been to a
Yes.
party like this before?
Yes.
With so many old people.
Well, I'm not really old. I've got a friend called Hank, and
Yes. Peter, I want to talk to
Bruce.
John alone. Would you mind going?
Yes, well done.
John.
Well done, Tony.
you know, I think there's a terrible image about what I've been doing before. Everybody around me was getting dirty and filthy and, long hair and spots and things. And I always change my trousers and everything and,
You Carol Channing at all?
Well, a great band.
Very good. You've got 10 seconds to guess what
I used to do a great triangular dance. There was Bruce and Hank and me,
Oh, you're one of the shadows. You're Cliff Richard.
I'm just the 1960s pop musician, but I
Oh,
wasn't confused.
well, okay, we'll give you that. Thank you. Thank you.
I think you recovered very well there, Tony, from a bad start to a bad finish. But I think, yes, 99 points everywhere there. Very interesting round. Now we're going to a round for John Sessions only. He's going to improvise an advertisement for us. So if you'd like to step forward, John. And can we have a suggestion for, a good, solid sort of product that might be going on the market? Hair gel.
Colostomy bag.
Yeah. You've really got the essence of British humour there. There's something more marketable than that. Odorators. I think that's sort of as a compromise between bad taste and broadcastability. So odorators, John, but you've got to advertise it to the sound of this music.
Okay.
Very, very good, John. And 1 1/4 points to you for that. And we now go on to a round featuring everybody apart from John Sessions, and it's called American Musical. And the idea of that is that they'll be making up a musical based on the life of somebody here in the studio audience. So I'm going to go and find that somebody and find 3 things about them we can make into a musical. Let me come along here to this gentleman here in the jumper. What's your name, please?
Charlie Thompson.
I'm Charlie Thompson, right? I'll just call you And now, I want something nice happened to you in the last week. You got your name? Or the last 20 years. I mean, we've got all night.
I went to see a film.
You went to see a film. That's very good. See a film. Now, something you dislike that's ever happened to you.
Dislike whatever happened to me.
Yeah. You ever been in a... let's suggest a car crash. I'm not hoping having a car crash, but I'm just sort of suggesting something. And something you'd like to happen, something you enjoy doing, perhaps. You've got a hobby, or that you're prepared to share with the listening millions? Is there something you know he likes doing? Do you play chess or something like that?
No, riding horses.
Riding horses, OK. So we want an American musical based on... I forgot what you told me now. Riding horses was one thing. Car crash, and what was the last thing? And going to see a film. OK? So you got me at it as well, I'm afraid. But so away you go.
More popcorn?
Mm-hmm.
Say, doesn't that look like a wonderful land? All those green fields. You know, I wish we could just walk through the screen and be in that place.
Gee, I wonder if we wished really hard if it could happen.
Why, here we are!
And I didn't even feel the screen tear.
Oh, we've walked straight through the screen. Is it happening or is it a dream? Are things really what they seem? Oh, I love being here with you.
We're here together at last, but I wonder, can it last? It's so mind-bending that we've done this groovy, totally excellent thing.
Oh, baby, let's go down that yellow brick road and see what's at the end of it.
I wonder if there'll be munchkins or something else that is hard to predict.
Let's go.
Hey, in Never Neverland, you can meet people like me, the dancing horse.
On the inside of the screen, can I go for a ride?
Horse you can, because I am the horse of your dreams. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because of this!
I think I'd rather go by car, dear. And look, there's a car. Come on, horsey, let's all go for a ride.
We better give him the back seat so he has more room.
That's true. Now let him have the front wheel.
All right, he can have the front.
You know what I feel like?
What?
I feel like it's good to be alive when I'm with you and we're going for a drive. Everything's groovy and we've got a horse. I think I'll call him Hoofy.
I feel so good with you because we're going for a drive and it's totally new. I think our horse is a little goofy.
And do you know that nothing can happen? Nothing bad. Nothing bad. Except,
nothing bad.
Except,
what's that tree?
OK, so now we need a suggestion, please, of a title for the story they're going to tell in those author styles. Anybody?
Annie.
Annie? Could we add a bit to that? Annie does something? Annie the Orphan. Annie, get your rifle. All right. Annie the Orphan, get your rifle. That avoids copyright problems with any other book a bit like that. So where you go, I'll move you along with a buzzer when we get to the next author's style to come in. Where you go, Ron.
Annie was a veteran of the Second World War and had a small house in Manchester, and so consequently was able to travel in time at will. She found herself in the court of Louis XVI. She sat down in a chair and it immediately broke. This put her in trouble with the palace guard.
She was in quite a lot of trouble. Yes, she had travelled with Will, but Will hadn't got permission from his mother to be out. Well, this looked very bad, so she talked to her dog, Timmy. Hello, Timmy, she said, and then she was arrested for being a bit of a lunatic.
Annie, your dog Timmy, loose yourselves from the conventions of bourgeois morality. Saw your own leg off and hit me with it.
With an expression like this, which is very similar to the exotic vaginal display of the blue-fannied baboon of Bujumbura.
Which was so indicative of Annie herself.
Annie'd never seen a baboon with a blue fanny before.
Blue no longer since it spiraled on my wavering sabre.
Or the hairy Aba-Blua gorilla, which also enjoys face-to-face copulation with my ex-wife Marjorie.
Well, thank you very much. We'll end there while we're way from any taste barriers. Wrong side of them, of course. Well, 15 points each for everybody there. And let's move on to film and theatre styles. Breaking into pairs for this, we have Ron and Sandy, first of all. Please. Now, I'm going to give you a situation to improvise in just a moment, but can we have some film or theatre styles? Horror? No. Horror. I've had slapstick behind me. American Gangster, thank you. I don't think we're all blue movies. I think we've had blue movies.
Play school.
Play school. All right. Play school. Walt Disney. Right, we've got loads there. Absolutely masses there. Anyway, the situation we'd like to improvise in is taking an animal to a vet. So if you just start off with no particular style, and then we'll cut him with...
I ran him over with a car, and I think he's sick.
He done?
It used to be a dog, but it would be fine as a turtle now, owing to the fact it got run over.
Well, he doesn't look well, I must say, but your tyres are in good condition. You can see the whole of the
Oh,
tread
yeah.
on the back of it.
Horror movie.
My God, it's alive!
Oh my God, he's looking at me.
Wait a minute. What? I think another one's bursting out of my chest.
Wait, I think I love him.
American Gangster.
So, you've been seeing my dog, huh? Well, let me tell you something, sweetheart. I own this town, okay?
Listen, let me tell you something, okay?
What, you had your larynx cut out there, or what?
Well, I swallowed a hell of a lot of dog hair. I think that's what it is. Me and the dog, we're gonna run this town, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah? Well, I got 4 cats, a turtle, and a llama that want to say something different. That's what I got.
Well, I'd sure like to hear him say it. You go right ahead.
All right, I'll get them here. They will say it. Come on, fellas. Now you see I got a gangster menagerie.
Disney. Walt Disney.
Yeah, so you have. Look, they're all come out to play. Come on, doggy. Whoopity-doo, whoopity-doo. Hey,
aren't they great?
they are really wonderful. You've got a little bird on your shoulder.
Do I? What's he saying?
He's saying, I've done something naughty on your jacket.
And I finish on Western.
That's one hell of a jacket you're wearing there.
Me and that bird own this town.
I'll tell
And the llama and the parakeet and the budgie, we're gonna take you down. I don't care what you say.
I don't think you can do it, boy.
You don't think I can do it?
I don't think you can do it, boy.
I tell you I can do it anytime I want to.
You know I can see right up your nose.
All right, thank you very much. That's... Right. Managing to hit yet another physical note. Let's say 5 points each on that one. So Tony and Rory trying to match that. Some more suggestions, please, for styles for this. Sorry, what was that?
An advert.
An advert. I did. Advert. Punch and Judy. Jack and... Grass? Oh, farce. Or grass. And pantomime, yes?
If anyone has any grass, by the way.
Yes, Rory likes to play football. Yes, I'll give you a situation, shouldn't I? You're 2 commandos in a submarine. Why you should be there, I have no idea, but away you go. And I'll give you some styles to cut in a minute.
I love you.
Going up.
Farce.
Grass.
For goodness sake, look what you do.
My God, I'm improperly dressed for
Shut up! Come on, now. If you just hide in the torpedo chute, and then the Hello, Captain.
Jackanory.
Hello.
Hello.
We're going to be talking about...
Submarine.
Yes.
That's a big, long word beginning with an S.
Do you know what we're going to be doing with our missiles?
Thunderbirds. Did somebody shout that out? Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds.
You are so evil, master. Have you...
And end on an advert, if either of you have ever seen an advert or been in one.
Ladies, stop shaving your legs.
Blow up Russia instead.
With the new Lady Remington Silky Smooth facial hair removing submarine.
Yes, that's a non-pass. Thank you. Yes, 6 points for each of you, with a bonus quarter point there for Rory for getting it round to submarine in that clever way right at the end now. Well, now we come to a game called Interview, featuring, first of all, Sandy and Tony. If you'd like to come forward and get the stools ready for this game. Now, in this game, Sandy is going to be playing a character, a sort of fairy tale character, which I'll get somebody in the audience to suggest for us in just a moment. You can be preparing one of those. And Tony will be interviewing her in a style which I'll give him in just a moment. So can you think of a favourite fairy tale or nursery rhyme character? Well, okay. I think you've mentioned every possible one. I heard Snow White behind, which sounded like a good one. So if you could be Snow White, Sandy, and Tony, could you interview her in the style of a rock magazine or a fanzine, something like that?
So is it true that you sort of went to bed with each dwarf in turn? or is that, you know, is that just like gossip?
I think it's fair to say I've loved each dwarf individually, in their own special little way.
Are they very little in every way?
Well, certainly Grumpy's not very big, and I think that's what makes him quite so grumpy. But Happy has got a real way with him.
But that's just Coke, presumably.
Well, yes, sometimes we have Coca-Cola, and then sometimes we have crisps, and that's a really jolly time.
I bet you have 7-Up as well. I mean, this is, I mean, you know, it's hearsay. I mean, you tell me what did happen in the Chateau Marchmont. I mean, you know.
Well, we went in first, and we played with the little animals, and we laid out our picnic, and then we shagged senselessly.
Yeah, last question, Tony.
Oh, and finally, I just want to know what precisely is your... I mean, because there have been rumours. Your relationship with the Wicked Witch.
Well, it's not been carnal, but we do like to do it looking in the mirror.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, I think 13 points each on that one. So Ron and Rory, can you step forward for this game? Ron, we'd like a character for Ron for a sort of mythological, biblical, or historic... Rasputin. Yes, I think Rasputin. Willy Wonka, that's an interesting thought, but I think Rasputin is more his style. And Rory, could you do like a TV AM interview? Early morning television interview.
What is TV AM?
TV AM is like early morning television.
Okay.
It's a very intellectual, high-class programme. As will emerge from Rory's questions, and away you go.
Right, well, thanks, Carl. That's Carl with the weather there. And we'll have the Womax back with us in...
I am Rasputin. Talk to me now. I'm very important.
Oh, yes, I forgot.
I've got to see the Tsar quickly.
What's particularly grabbed you in this morning's Sun, Rasputin?
I thought it was very interesting that a woman could give birth to a mermaid.
Is it time for the weather? Oh. No, I'm sorry, just...
Assassins! There are assassins here in the studio. Watch out! Oh, ooh, I'm Rasputin. There! Oh, see? Bolsheviks everywhere! Bolsheviks!
Yes, that's actually Lizzie. She's...
Last question, Rory.
I think we're going to have to go to the weather earlier than expected. Carol.
Carol.
Thank you very much. It's going to be a really hot day here. A really hot day with lots of sunshine, like, you know, mainly in the sky.
Okay, let's end there. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bring the stools back, yes. A scintillating interview, that 2 points each. We now rattle along to the next game, which is called World's Worst. This features all of the contestants, pleased, down here on the step, coming up with as many examples of the world's worst thing to say, or be, or do at a funeral. So just as you think of an example of those, step forward and I'll buzz when we've got the idea. Where you go.
I don't know the deceased, but I don't think that will prevent my duties as vicar from being done here today. So, what was the cat's name?
He was such a nice man. Honestly, his last words were to me, "I'm coming, darling." That was so nice. Oh, you're his wife.
Mrs. Smithers, yeah. He owed me 10 pounds. If you could see your way clear to...
Dearly beloved brethren, ashes to ashes. Oh, no, I mean, this is too dreary. We will do something else. Yes, sir, I can boogie.
Mrs. Perkins, before your husband plummeted off the 200-foot block of flats and got his head caught on the spikes on the railings, did he mention my Procol Harum album?
Hi, I'm from the insurance company. I'm afraid the claim doesn't look at all good, okay?
Happy New Year!
Mrs. Johnson, I know your husband would have wanted me to tell you that he thought you were a faithless, talentless cow.
Tickets, please. Tickets, please. Tickets, please. Tickets, please. It's a what? A funeral? Oh, sorry, I thought it was a bus.
Surprise!
Okay, let's stop it! Okay, that'll do. That's another. Thank you very much. I'll work out the points and legal liabilities of that while you have some advertisements. See you after the break. Bye. Well, you come back to the news of 10 points over in that last game. There's been a deduction, though, of 15 points from Tony Slattery for a disciplinary offence off the ball. Now we come to a game called Props. They divide into pairs for this. First of all, Tony and Sandy. Can I give you this item? I'll just about get it out. You've got to think of as many different ways of using that. Well, at the same time, Ron and Rory, you're coming up with as many different ways of using that. We buzz between the two pairs, as you've seen if you've seen the programme before. Starting, please, with Tony and Sandy. Where you go.
Just click your heels together 3 times and say there's no place like home.
No place like home.
I thought, put it there.
Well, I know it looks a bit vicious, darling, but honestly, it'll make sex so safe.
Salmon, it's a great disguise.
Are you deaf? As the Archbishop of Canterbury, I'm empowered to crown you Prince of Wales.
Just hold that there, boy.
I now pronounce you man and basket.
Hello, I'm Anne Diamond.
Woo! Now, just relax. We just take the rat, we put it in here, and you're the man in the wire basket, I guess.
Okay, let's end on that one. Thank you very much indeed. Yes. Now we come to a game for Sandy and Ron. It's called film dubbing. If you'd like to go forward to where you can see that monitor, you'll see there's a film from which the soundtrack has been removed, and we'd like you to add a soundtrack of your own, just to see for amusement and entertainment. And it'll be coming up and started now.
How do I know?
Thank you very much. All right. I have to deduct you 1 point each there, so you only get 999 each for that game. So we now play a game called Party Quirks. This features everybody, but chiefly Tony Slattery, who's going to pretend to be the host of a party. The others are the guests of the party, but each of them, looking in the envelope in front of him or her, will discover a weird quirk or way of behaving that's been allocated to them based on suggestions from the studio audience. So, Tony, you're improvising the party. The others, please, getting ready to come in through the imaginary front door, in time with my imaginary front doorbell. And away you go, Tony. Start doing that.
Oh, my goodness, I'm nervous. I've never had a come as the Shroud of Turin party, but let's see how it goes. That's the bell. Hello, Ron, how are you?
Hi, Tony, how are you?
Very well,
Hey,
thanks.
do you have any lanacane around? I seem to have some, some scaly skin here on me. I was wondering if
I
you...
thought nanocane was a hemorrhoid preparation. I don't want you at my party if you're going to suppurate everyone.
Oh, I wouldn't ever do anything like that.
All right.
I wouldn't. I'll just go over and get the lanacane. I'm sure it's over there somewhere.
It's
Okay?
by the twiglets.
Okay.
I'll come back to you. Oh, here's another guest. Hello, Sandy.
Oh, someone else is here. Tony, hi.
Hi.
Haven't seen you for ages, darling.
Hi.
You left your watch. Hello.
Has the lanacane?
Oh, no, thanks very much. I'll give that up.
Yes. Where did I leave my watch, Sandy? I mean,
Here.
right. Okay, sorry.
Tony.
Yes.
What do you have to eat?
What do you want, a pessary or something?
I was thinking maybe some penguin eggs that I could just consume.
Funnily enough, I got them specifically with the twiglets, because everyone likes penguin eggs, don't they?
Penguin eggs and twiglets, my big fave.
Yes.
Quick word, darling.
Yes.
You left your underpants.
Yes, you're right, I did. Excuse me.
Thank you so much.
Hello, Rory.
Oh, shit!
Oh, no. Oh, how awful for you.
It's the bell. I don't want
Yes.
phone.
Oh, dear.
I did just the same thing.
Sorry,
I've never been here before, actually.
Not an England fielder, are you, by any chance?
Tony.
Yes, what? Sorry.
I have to talk to you in private.
Yes, okay. Yes.
That looks like fun. We must remember that.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
I've got a twiglet stuck up my nose.
Well, perhaps you want to...
I've got a penguin egg lodged in my throat.
Oh, dear. Well, I think you two should maybe party upstairs, because he's a hypochondriac.
Oh, not quite.
No, he's not, because I'm lying. I'm a liar. He's not a hypochondriac, but you're a bit...
Look! I tripped over the shag
Oh, you're
pile.
just accident prone.
Accident prone, well done, yes.
Yes.
I'm going to look.
10 seconds to the other two.
Have you met Mr. Fish?
Mr. Fish,
Well, I feel like I've come out of the water and developed legs. I've evolved. That's what I feel. I've evolved. Into, the rival gang that I often battle is the amphibians.
I don't know. West Side Story.
I don't know. Well, I'm gonna crawl on my belly like a.
Get out of here, you reptile! How dare you speak to him like that?
You're great at this game.
Thank you.
You're a reptile.
You're a reptile. Well done. Last guess for Sandy.
Oh, it's so long since we had that affair together.
Oh, well done. Yes, you've finally got one. Yes, jolly good. Yep. You're really a natural at that game, aren't you, Kenny?
I'm what?
Really a natural at that one. And it just remains for me to tot up the points, and I see that Sandy Tuxvig is this week's winner. So well done, Sandy. A very popular win, and the prize for winning is to read the credits out in the style of my choosing. I'd like you to do it in the style of Mae West, please, Sandy. So it just remains for me to thank Ron West, Sandy Tuxvig. Moby Dick, yes. My grandfather caught Moby Dick, but I can cure that now. Now, so A shopping trip to buy Moby Dick. Where you go, Ryan?
Diane was going out the evening for dinner, and she had decided on a black, low-cut, strapless silk model. But she didn't have the right peg to go with it. She decided to hop in a cab and head down to her local store, where she found a wide assortment of pegs. Black, white, silk, burlap, any sort of peg you want, she found. Who should walk up but the salesman, Roy. Roy was a strapping young man with a matching tie and silk combination, floral pattern, which made him look like the hunky man that he was.
But he wasn't just any ordinary man. No, he was in fact Detective Hackenbush on secret mission. Yes, a private dick. There he was, moping around the store. She looked at him, she thought, boy, that's one Moby Dick. I think I like him. Never mind about this party. Let me sidle up to him.
So, whatever your reasons for sidling up, be they business or pleasure, you can be sure of having a fab time with something which is practical and comfortable as well. Because the Moby Dick harpoon cum tease maid with optional snooze button comes in 3 colors: buff, slate, and midnight blue, and...
She had felt, Mrs. Dalloway, a strange rebuke, both from the mustard cruet and from the dried flowers she had left on the windowsill. Was it perhaps some odd, attenuated memory of Richard coming back as he might have done from the war? Maybe Fred? Maybe Dick?
Mrs. Galloway was given a survey to list the 3 things she most looked for in a man. Number 1 was a good sense of humor. Number 2, a money account. And number 3, of course, a large penis.
It was one of the largest that had ever been seen in the precinct, as a matter of fact. The detective took it home with him. At East and 40th, he turned left. At 40th and East, he turned right. He walked on ruthlessly. What the hell had happened to Ruth? This wasn't going...
And, of course, a penis that not only mows the lawn and changes the baby...
She had felt... She had felt, Mrs. Ramsay, on the way to the lighthouse, that there was perhaps in Mr. Ramsay a notion, a hint, a mere fractured crystalline moment of thought that could indeed be more than simply a fish or a gannet. Was it as old Peter the gardener had said, so rough-hewn and simple as he was, chiseled with a body of old memory? Was it the fact that he was indeed a whale? She hoped so.
Thank you very much. Excellent office start. Well, that'll be marked on grounds of taste, and 1.5 points to everybody on that one. So now we have a game called Tag. This is going to feature, first of all, Ryan and John. So if you'd like to step forward, Ryan and John. And what we're going to get them to do is to adopt a couple of positions, and from those positions they'll have to improvise a scene. The other two will join the scene and change it to another one by shouting freeze, touching one of the others who will depart. Sounds simple, doesn't it? So first of all, can you just think of a physical position you'd like to put John Sessions in? Something attainable by him on his own.
His head.
On his head. Oh, come on, be fair.
Missionary.
He's got to actually... A yoga position. So get into a sort of yoga position, John. Can you sort of get on the floor either? And Ryan, how would you like him?
Kama Sutra.
Sounded good, but I didn't hear what you said. So, on a soup trap, you seem to say.
On a soup trap.
You trap soup, do you?
On all fours.
On all fours, all right, that's fine. So on all fours, so off to a good physical start. So from that position, they have to think of a situation to improvise in, and away you go.
Oh! I'm sorry, John, I ruined the whole party.
No, it's fine. It's terrific what you did.
Whoa.
What came out of you there? It wasn't your lunch. It wasn't your dinner. What came out of you was your pain.
I know. It's just I've been so lonely with...
Please, God, when I wake up, could there be a very tall, nice man there? Oh, hello.
Hello. I was sent by a genie.
Were you? That's a bit of luck. Would you like to come and see some of my nice toys?
No, actually, I'm supposed to have sex with you, from what I've heard. So might as well get right to it.
Oh, right. Okay, I'll lower the sides of the cot.
I was saving you from yourself, my son. Now, what is all this backing into confession? Now, look, why can't you come in forwards like everybody else?
Freeze. Mother.
Do you think we're stiffer at dancing than the other couple?
No.
Well, you're certainly not stiffer than any of the fellas, that's for sure. I mean that in an artistic sense.
Not what you said last night with the...
Okay, now I'm gonna let go. We both free fall for about 5,000 feet. Okay. Then we both accord, ready?
I can't do it! I can't do it! No, I can't do it! I can't do it!
You gotta free fall and let go, man. Let go! You gotta do it on your own!
Okay, let's end there. Thank you very much. Thank you for that interesting round of tags. Yeah. And with 22 points there, we now play a game called Expert. This is going to feature Tony interviewing Ryan as an expert. So I'd like to come forward and get your stools. Has to be done on stools, this game, obviously. Now, Ryan is going to be an expert on something. Can you think of a nice, obscure sort of subject that he might be expert on?
Metamorphosis of the frog.
Yes, all right. So I think frogs generally, I think, would do it. So you're an expert on that, and Tony's going to interview you. Where you go.
Hello, well, tonight we're lucky enough to have with us Dr. Patricia White. She's a sexy little thing, I think you'll agree. You're an expert on the metamorphosis of the frog, but you're also a very unsuccessful transsexual. How do you combine the two?
Well, as you know, the metamorphosis of a frog, as you know, the tadpole stage, but the little-known Vegas showgirl stage, which comes just before the tadpole stage that not many people know
Indeed, and there is, in connection with that, a dance called the Mexican tadpole dance. Would you like to do it?
Yes, I would, and please join me. As you know, it takes two.
All right.
Let's join fingers.
Yes.
Fingers. And that's pretty well all there is to it.
That's very interesting.
It finds that the sexual desires of the frogs are heightened when this dance is performed in early hours of the evening.
Yes. Tell us about your marriage to Henry Kissinger.
Not much publicized at the point. I found him a bit too old for me. I guess that's why it didn't work out between the two of us, but I understand you're now dating him.
That's right. And he told me when we were... Never mind about that. But he told me that you do a very good impression of a frog giving birth to spawn. Perhaps you could do that for us now.
All right.
I'll hold you back. If you just let yourself fall back, then we can...
All righty.
There we are. Push.
Yes. I think we lose them there. Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Well, it's a long time since I've seen an impersonation of frog spawning on television, but so that's worth at least a point, I'd have thought. So yes, let's have a round of interviews with John and Sandy. Now, Sandy's going to interview John, but John's going to be playing a character from the history, from mythology, something like that. Can you suggest some character like that?
Zeus. Bill Shankly.
Zeus is good. We can't get something as big as Bill Shankly. Let's go for Zeus. And Sandy, can you interview him in the style of Desert Island Discs? So there you are. Away you go.
So, Zeus, what a thrill to have you here in the radio studio. Now, I believe you've picked rather a special first record.
That's correct. I've picked Yesterday, played by the Royal Scots Guards, which is a
And
great
what does it
favourite.
mean to you? What does it stir in your deep mind?
Well, I think maybe because I'm an early sort of civilization deity, it reminds me of the fact that my father, Kronos, time, ate me and my sister and then spewed us out into the universe. And it's funny when you hear those bagpipes, it takes you right back there.
Surely, and I know it's a very delicate matter, but that kind of abuse as a child must have affected you.
Well, Sue, you're really quite a clever old Thatcherite matron, but apart from that, I have to say this, that anything that happens in your childhood can do extraordinary things. Like, when I was 3 years old, I could just go, vimph, and ships would just get blown up in the sea. And that affects you when you've got that sort of power.
Yeah.
But I managed to diminish it by listening to the records of Rod McEwen And the Alexander brothers. No, after a while, you know, I just didn't have that terrible desire to destroy parts of the universe. You know.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was putting on some more lip gloss.
That's right.
Sorry. I do
You're a
beg your
funny girl,
pardon.
Sue. You crack me up.
Now, some people would say to you, gosh, what a god among men. What do you say to them?
I'd say they were a bit punchy, but if they were to say in a low-key voice, I'd say, well, you know, we were strange as well. You know, you're sitting up there in the clouds, you don't know when a 747's going to come across the tea table. You know, it can be difficult.
And what are you going to take with you finally, Zeus, if I may call you that?
Well, one luxury.
Yes, one little luxury.
I'll take a picture of you, Sue, that I can kick.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's have the stools back. Yeah, right. Thank you. All right. Well, that would be a million points each, but there's a penalty for being rude to Sue Lawley. As I'm still trying to get on Deserlandis myself. Now, then we come to a game called World's Worst. This features all 4 contestants, so if you'd like to come forward on the World's Worst step, and they have to step forward when they come up with examples of the world's worst person to lead an army into battle. So just as you think of them, when we've got the idea, I'll buzz and we'll go on to the next one, as many as we can do in a very limited amount of time we've got this week, so away you go.
Okay, it's that way.
Look out, it's the enemy! Ah! It's really amazing when you cross the field, right? There's all these little field mice and everything, you know. Be careful. You know?
All right, we're going to be going in about 5 minutes. You guys look great.
Okay, men, now just watch out for mines. I know this air...
Okay, before we go out, I thought we'd all have a quick curry.
Who did I give the bullets to?
Now, you see, when you go into battle, the important thing you're going to battle is keep alert. Keep alert. And the thing to do is not to shatter on and to lose your concentration. That's a very funny thing happened in the garden last week. No.
It is not as bad as I say. There are more of them, but we've got the gun.
Now, rumour has it that I can't lead my men into battle. Well, that's not true.
Remember, just the Germans, no frogs.
There you go. There you go. The army crossing the field now. There you go.
Let's end on that. Thank you very much. While I work out the points for that game, we'll take a break while I have some advertisements played to you. See you after that. Bye. And the points will be double points all round for that last game. Now we come to a game called Props. They divide into pairings for this. The first pairing being John and Sandy. So if you'd like to take this item, and you've got to come up with as many different ways of using that as possible. At the same time, we have another item here for Ryan and Tony, and you've got to come up with different ways of using that. And see how we go. So starting with you, John and Sandy, go.
Come through the gate. Come through the gate to my house. Will you please? That's the first sentence, and teach yourself English. Okay.
It is a cheap episode of Doctor Who, and I'm one of the flipper people.
Perhaps I won't need it, darling. You're not as tall as I thought.
No.
You spare some change?
Hello, everybody.
What is the name of this ship? It's called the Titanic.
Stingray! Stingray!
Shall we look at John through the square window? There's John. Can you see him?
No, I'm out here now.
And now, the smallest person in the world diving competition.
Hello. Something interesting, if you're a real bore, is this 14th century piece of equipment for clipping the hedges. Don't clip some hedges.
And now the ancient Cornish spectacle of schlubbity dancing.
Thank you very much. That's in there. Thank you for those props. Right. There it is. Yes. Yes, a lot of points there, with double points for Tony. Now we go on to a game called party quirks. This is going to feature Sandy Toksvig as the host of a party. The other contestants are going to be the guests of the party, but each of the guests has been allocated a strange quirk or way of behaving. They look at the envelope. Each of them got an envelope in front of him, and they'll see that quirk. Sandy's got to guess what those weird pieces of behaviour are, just from the way it's being improvised. So, Sandy, if you'd like to come down ready to improvise the party, I'll bring the others in at the sound of a doorbell. And the others coming in, I think, in the order of Tony first, then Ryan, then John. Has the party started, or are you just you're warming up?
Yes, I'm just taking my makeup.
Yep.
Little tiara, black silken number, high heels. I hope Donald doesn't mind I've taken his clothes out of the wardrobe. I just love a come-as-you-are party. Hello!
Get down! Get down, Searchlight! Shh. I brought some earth in.
Oh, I'm so pleased. Is it going to be one of those ethnic parties? Oh, that's lovely. Would you like a drink?
I'll just bury the earth first.
You
Okay.
can have it in a tin cup if you'll feel happier.
Thank you very much. Lovely. And I've left the wooden horse outside.
Excuse me, just one moment. Hello, come in. Oh, my goodness.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well.
So happy to be here. Hey, who brought the turds?
I'm awfully sorry. Do you mind?
Oh, these Yankees are such fun, but I'm bloody glad they're on our side.
There's obviously no flies on you, eh?
Is that a guess?
on you.
Fly?
No,
Yes,
flies on
very
you.
good for
Yes,
Ryan.
that's
Yes,
it.
Gotta get your guesses nice and clear.
Sandy?
Yes, look.
You stay there. I'm just going to put on a clean cricket jumper and then we can get down to work.
Don't put a cream cricket jumper on because I've got to answer the door. Why don't you just tunnel your way out of here?
All right.
Well, I think you've got a guess there. I think you've been guessed, Tony.
Oh, good.
I've heard hysterical women say they're tired of the palette and the fiddle bow.
Yeah, but they're all gits, aren't they? Would you like a drink?
Is it in a goblet sweet of wine and hope? Or is it a cup of fruition? The beat's wrong.
I'm sorry, I don't think you're on my list, as a matter of fact. Are you the new people from number 4?
I move about. I go into the spaces between people and find poetry.
Oh, that's right, you are a git.
So your last guess on
I'm
this,
just sensitive. Sensitive to the flowers, the little tulips here, the little yellow daisies. And it's very...
You're allowed to work poet.
Yes, that'll do.
Yeah,
Very
no.
good. Yes, work poet, potential student poet. That'll do. And that's 7 points, I think, there to everybody. Now we come to a game called Remote Control. This features all 4 contestants playing each of them a different television programme. So you'd like to come down. The idea of this, I'll be flipping between channels and seeing the different programmes, but bizarrely discovering that each programme is dealing with the same general sort of topic. So can we think of as a nice general topic that they might all be dealing with?
Sheep shearing. Medicine.
Sheep shearing. Yes, sheep shearing I think will just about do. It's going to be a difficult one for you though, I think. But Ryan, can you be doing a sort of Jacques Cousteau type programme? Sandy, Body Matters. Tony, Jim Will Fix It, and John, The Sky at Night. So all those programmes are dealing with sheep shearing. Starting with you, please, Sandy.
Hello. Does your body matter? Mine doesn't, as you can see. But I've brought into the studio today a sheep who's about to be sheared. So a sheared sheep, their body's going to matter to them because that's all that's going to be left. We're going to
Tony.
Well, as it happens, this sheep wrote in and said he wanted to change places for one day with the Duchess of York. And we did it, and no one noticed any difference.
Ryan.
And while the rest of the crew is in the water chasing the elusive ship shark, I shall be on deck mixing martinis for myself.
John.
Now, there's lots of theories that sheep might be on the planet Uranus. Unfortunately, it's not really true at the moment. Now, if you are going to see sheep on any planet at all, it's going to be Mars. Not this summer, not next summer, but perhaps 50 years before, or from now. I'm going backwards and wearing a new suit.
Tony.
And we had a tragic letter, and this sheep was born with anthrax, and he wrote in to say, could he come on the show, and could we put him down? So that's what I'm going to do.
Ryan.
The unpredictable sheep shark suddenly turned on the crew. In a vicious attack, he began ripping legs, arms, noses, and ears. I was flabbergasted and began to start the engines for my quick getaway.
John.
Now, sheep aren't often in the studio. Usually I speak to somebody from Mount Palomar or even Mount Rushmore. This week I do have merino sheep. Hello, Bill. Now, I understand that when you first went to the asteroids, you didn't see any other sheep there. Yes. Now,
Sandy.
We've got Joan Collins here, yes? It's a bit of example of mutton dressed up as lamb. Now...
Tony.
And the other thing, of course, Mavis, the little sheep, wanted to do was make love with a clapped-out DJ. So we're going to do that.
John.
Now, some people like to count sheep at night to help them get to sleep. What I do is I climb up into the sky and put on a stick, because I'm so mentally mad and everything in this very, very large, ill-fitting suit, and I sing Gilbert and Sullivan early in the morning, that I put on a large stick and planes and asteroids bang into my head all night long, which concuss me to sleep. Good night.
Okay, let's end there. Thank you very much. Thank you. That I see is the very last game, and totaling out the points, I see that Tony Slattery is this week's winner. So well done, Tony. And the prize for winning, as usual, is to do the credits in a style of my choosing, and I'd like you to do it in the style of David Attenborough, please, Tony. So.